Like, I'm not poly, but like even just when everybody heard that like me and my husband had threesomes before, it was like, oh, she's willing to do that to keep a man. I'm like,
nah.
That was all me.
Yeah.
That was all me. Like, but I hate the idea of people thinking like it's always the guy that wants this, that. So she introduced you to the poly life. It's like me introducing that, you know what I'm saying, to my husband, and it's just like, yo, this is what I want.
So what is this? A perfect love story in the making, or a train wreck about to crash? Either way, grab your snacks. And if you didn't know, Teyana's been out here cozying up to Hollywood's top players lately. Sure, music has always been her thing, but she's really out here trying to dominate the whole entertainment game. Let's not forget, she already landed a major role right next to Leonardo DiCaprio. And that's not some regular gig. And now, everywhere she goes, Aaron's right there too. Hollywood's next big superstar? Check. Crazy chemistry between them? Double check. It's looking real convenient. Or maybe it's something way deeper than that. Just so we're clear, these two have been outside together, and not just once or twice. Back in February, Teyana and Aaron were seen at the 15% Pledge Gala, laughing it up like they had their own little inside jokes. And more recently, they popped out together again at the ABFF Honors in LA, where Aaron took home the Rising Star Award. But here's the kicker. In one pic floating around online, Teyana is leaning all the way into Aaron, looking at him like he's the only man in the room. And it didn't stop there. Before Aaron hit the stage to grab his award, they shared a hug that definitely had folks whispering. Now, for two people who were basically strangers not that long ago, this much coziness got people talking, and a lot of them are calling it couple alert, But not everybody's buying the love story. While some folks are out here imagining what their gorgeous babies would look like, others think this whole thing is straight up strategy. Some are saying Teyana's not really into Aaron like that. They think she's just sticking close to him to keep her name hot and maybe lock in some new Hollywood gigs. There's even talk that Teyana only hits the headlines when she's caught up with a man or pulling some wild stunt, like that time she shocked everybody at an event with her outfit. So, the theory is, this relationship might just be her latest way to stay relevant. One comment online really took it there, saying, Aaron Pierre fumbled hard. How you go from being Hollywood's next big thing to dating Teyana Taylor? A divorced mom with 2 school-age kids? This man's career is just getting started.
This would be like my healing chapter. A lot of wounds are being closed and aided at this point, and the wounds are being nurtured as well and closed up for good, you know. So I think for me, this is my chapter of healing. And
he should be with a younger, fresher woman, not someone dragging around old baggage. Teyana's played out. Her time passed. This is what happens when men don't choose right. He needs someone who's gonna level him up, not someone out here chasing a do-over after her first marriage hit the wall. Yup, people are cutting deep with these opinions. But let's be real. Not everybody's hating on Teyana. Plenty of people out here saying she deserves some peace and happiness after all the chaos she went through with Iman. And trust, it was a lot. This man didn't even wait. He started stepping out on her right when they first got together. Remember back in 2016, when some woman came forward claiming she'd been messing around with Iman for 2 whole years? And guess what? That timeline lined up perfectly with the start of his relationship with Teyana. The story was wild too. Apparently, Iman hit her up on social media, set up a whole link-up at a hotel in Denver, and when the girl showed up, Iman's Cavaliers teammate Kyrie Irving was also there. According to her, both men asked for a threesome, but she wasn't down for any of that. Speaking of threesomes, word on the block is Teyana even opened up their marriage to try and keep Iman satisfied. But clearly, nothing was enough for this man. If you've been keeping track, the threesome rumors started swirling heavy back in 2018 when Teyana dropped her song, Three-Way, basically laying it all out. And when somebody came for her online, saying she had no self-respect, Teyana clapped back hard. She made it crystal clear. She wasn't forced into anything. In fact, she was the one who introduced the whole idea of bringing another woman into their bedroom in the first place. She even told Gianna during a Bumble chat that she was the mastermind behind their little extracurricular activities, so nobody could say she wasn't in control. But even all that wasn't enough to stop Iman from wandering. Fast forward to February 2022, and the cheating talk popped off again. An anonymous tip spilled the tea about some unnamed singer with 2 daughters, whose husband just so happened to be dancing his way across our screens on Dancing with the Stars. You don't need to be a detective to connect those dots. Iman's name stayed caught up in mess. And Teyana? She just kept trying to make it work. Until she finally couldn't anymore. Then, just when folks thought the drama couldn't get any worse, boom! Right after Teyana confirmed they were separated, some woman popped out with receipts. She posted a whole video where it straight up looked like Iman was creeping with her. Not only that, she even threw up a picture wearing what looked exactly like Iman's chain. And in another shot, she was sprawled out on Iman like they had zero shame about it. But honestly, this breakup wasn't just about cheating. Teyana's been saying for years that Iman couldn't handle her shine. She claimed he was jealous of her fame and constantly insecure, even though, let's be real, his NBA checks were way bigger than anything she was pulling in from music. In the divorce papers, Teyana said Iman would straight up catch an attitude whenever they hit a red carpet together, especially when paparazzi told him to step aside so they could get solo shots of her. And behind the scenes, Teyana said her phone would blow up with nasty texts from Iman, filled with petty manipulative digs, all because she was getting attention. She even admitted that she dimmed her own light just to keep the peace at home. But the more her star rose, the more bitter Iman got, to the point where she described his behavior as straight up cruel and narcissistic for most of their marriage. And get this, Teyana first filed for divorce way back in 2021. But she ended up calling it off, hoping they could fix things, since Iman was already spiraling as his NBA career started slowing down. Then in 2022, she filed again, only to withdraw it the very next day. But by January 2023, it was a wrap for real. Teyana said the emotional back and forth, the constant mental strain, and all the messy drama had her completely drained. She couldn't ride the roller coaster anymore, so she finally chose herself and filed for good. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, the court documents laid it all out. Teyana didn't hold back, making it clear that Iman's cheating wasn't just a one-time slip. She claimed that after she initially filed for divorce, he begged her to work things out. And when she gave him that second chance, he turned right around and cheated again. Teyana said every time she tried to save their marriage, Iman just doubled down on the disrespect, treating her even worse and showing nothing but selfishness. And the final straw? After Teyana secretly filed for divorce, Iman popped up, begging for another shot, talking about how he couldn't lose his family. She gave in. And right when she started to believe they could fix things, bam, another cheating scandal exploded. Teyana said the whole situation left her embarrassed and humiliated all over again. Once the divorce was finalized, though, Teyana walked away with a serious bag. The judge ruled that she gets to keep 4 of their biggest properties, together worth over $10 million. That's not even counting the cars. She left court with a Maybach, a Mercedes Sprinter, a whole tour bus, and her custom Bronco truck. Plus, she held on to all her jewelry and kept full ownership of her companies, TaylorMade and Aunties. As for Iman, he didn't walk away empty-handed either. He kept his luxury condo in Miami, along with his South Georgia estate and his Decatur compound. And remember those mystery choo-choo investments that came up during the trial? Iman got to keep those too, even though the exact details never made it to the public. On top of that, Iman had to cough up a one-time 7-figure payment to Teyana. And every month, he's on the hook for $8,000 in child support. And speaking of their daughters, the court made it clear Iman's footing 100% of the bill for both girls' private school tuition. But wait, Before all this got settled, Iman actually tried to snatch some of Teyana's stuff back. He told the judge he wanted back some of the jewelry he had gifted her during their marriage, and he wanted a piece of one of her condos. And if that wasn't enough, he even tried to get his hands on some of her music royalties from before they were married. And if you thought that was the end of Iman's courtroom antics, nope. He even tried to get his child support payments reduced, claiming Teyana was making way more money than him now. But the judge shut that down real quick after they took a good look at Iman's spending habits. Sources revealed that this man's monthly expenses were wild. At least $112,500 every single month. And where was the money going? Over $14,000 just on eating out, another $14,000 to fund his podcast, and more than $6,000 every month on video and music production. Oh, and lunch alone? That was running him $10,500 a month, plus almost $19,000 on travel, bouncing between South Atlanta and Alpharetta for work. And after all that, Teyana started airing him out too, calling him out for being an irresponsible father and leaving her to do all the heavy lifting with their kids. So yeah, a lot of people agree. If anyone deserves a fresh start, it's Teyana, because that whole marriage was nothing but a roller coaster. Now, about this situation with Aaron Pierre, nobody's put an official label on it, but the way Teyana and Aaron keep showing up together at all these fancy events, something is definitely cooking, whether it's business, pleasure, or both. Oh, and for the ones out here spreading that story about Aaron being married to a white woman, let's clear that up. Yes, he was in a relationship, but that ended a while ago. So now, it's your turn. What do you think about Teyana and Aaron? Is this a power move, a love connection, or just two stars enjoying each other's company? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one.